Hello everyone, my name is Aonix and welcome to another Destiny 2 video. Now today in this video I'm going to be giving you my thoughts and opinions on the exotic heavy machine gun, the Heir Apparent, as well as its DPS and which situations it would be useful to use. As always, if you like my content and would like to stay up to date with my channel, feel free to leave a like and subscribe as I upload weekly. Also feel free to let me know down in the comments section on what you would like to see in the future. Now to start off, the Heir Apparent is acquired by completing 7 of the current Guardian Games triumphs. You must complete a triumph called Class Act to acquire it. These triumphs can be seen under the Triumphs tab in Seasonal, then Events, then Guardian Games. I got this machine gun on day 4 of the Guardian Games by completing all the daily medals on all 3 characters. Yes, I know that might sound stupid, me not supporting any class, but you should know after I got the HMG, I did switch over to my main hunter for the events, although we are losing badly. But I still rep my jumpy boys, because I am a jumpy boy. Now the triumphs I did complete for the Heir Apparent were Gold Medalist, Renowned, Great Deeds, Embrace the Light, Represent, Quintuple Threat, and Guardian Gamble. And I've gotten more done since then. Now onto the machine gun and its DPS. The Heir Apparent's exotic intrinsic perk is Heavy Slug Thrower. This perk states, use your aim down sights button to spin up. This weapon can be fired only while fully spun up. Now this just means that when you hold your aim button, instead of you actually aiming the gun, it will start doing a spinning animation. It's not that long, it only takes about a second to spin up. You also may be wondering how accurate the gun is if it can't ADS. Well, let me tell you, it's deadly accurate no matter where you're aiming it. Now its secondary perk is Armor of the Colossus, and that states spinning up the weapon with full health will give you an arc shield. Now boys, this isn't just some overshield, this shield is meaty. It does seem to be about 3 times as much health as a regular overshield, and it regens when you're not taking damage. Now it is an arc shield, so you may be asking why arc weapons don't work well against it in PvE. Well, the answer to that question is they don't. And I'm guessing because Bungie didn't want us killing our whole fire team by letting our bubble get popped in PvE. However, in PvP, this arc shield does take into account the elemental affinity. If you see an Heir Apparent user in PvP with an arc shield, bring an arc weapon. Now let me just say this thing slaps in PvP. It is a 900 RPM HMG, it does 33 per crit and 28 per body with an optimal time to kill of 0.33 seconds, which is just insane. Plus, with the arc shield, you can walk around and tank revoker shots to the face, or even beloved shots to the face. However, like I said before, energy weapons do pierce this barrier. You will take more damage from a beloved than a revoker because it is an energy weapon. Also, if you come up against someone with an arc sniper like Tatara Gaze, it's game over for you pretty much. When an arc weapon comes up against your shield and pops it, it does 180 damage to you, as well as anyone in like a 5-meter radius that is on your team. If you come up against the spare rations, it takes 7 headshots to kill. However, if you come up against something like a Waking Vigil, it still takes 3 shots to kill. I once went into a control match with this thing, and the moment I killed 4 people without them breaking my shield, they all switched to arc weapons. Also, something like a Wizened Rebuke or Excel's Curse will still one-shot you. Now for PvE, I test all my DPS on the Ogre in the Titan Lost sector because that Ogre does not have any crit or explosion modifiers on him like a lot of the raid bosses. You can see this gun does 1331 per crit and 1104 per body. Now as you can see with me shooting this Ogre, it takes less than a mag to kill him, or about 150 rounds, which is actually really good as it is only less than the third of this thing's full ammo. The only machine guns that rival this are 21% Delirium with killing tally times 3, a 7 Seraph Saw with firing line, and a Xenophage, which, just as always, crushes all machine gun DPS numbers. Xenophage's DPS is about twice as much as Heir Apparent, however, Heir Apparent's full ammo damage is about twice as much as Xenophage's. Now taking this thing into Tribute Hall and emptying 2 mags, we see it takes 15 seconds to empty 1 mag, meaning its 1 mag total damage is 266,200, which is crazy for 1 mag, and the DPS for 1 mag is 17,746. With max reload speed, this thing takes 32 seconds for 2 mags to fully empty, coming to a 2 mag DPS of 16,637. My Rally Barricade would not last for the entire reserves, but doing the calculations, it would take 3 seconds for the last reload and 8 seconds for the last 100 rounds. This brings its full reserve shot time to 43 seconds, and its total reserves damage to 665,500 with 2 machine gun reserves, which gives it an extra 60 rounds. Its total ammo DPS is 15,476, which is still really good for a machine gun, but again it is outshined by Xenophage. Now about the arc shield and PvE. If you are looking to survive for a long time, this thing is your best friend. It can take shots all day, and unless you are completely outnumbered, the adds won't even break your shield. I think that this arc shield is an amazing addition to the weapon and makes you a walking Guardian Colossus hybrid that just slays everything and doesn't die. Plus, if you're a Titan and you have Actium War Rig on, you literally will never have to reload this thing, and you can empty its entire mag without worrying about it. I've used this thing for a very long time on almost all my classes, and while I can safely say it's not the DPS king, it does shred everything, and I mean everything. You can walk into a room of adds at light level and you see 25 red bars, 3 majors, and possibly a boss. You can kill everything with less than 1 mag, and also keep yourself supported. This would be a great weapon for soloing Nightfalls, and if you have Machine Gun Ammo Finder, Scavenger, and Reserves, it feels as if you never run out of ammo. Also, I've tested this thing on most raid bosses. For Callus, it shreds, but there is better options as it does take a few plates to kill him. For Insurrection Prime, it absolutely melts him if your team gets the buff mechanics right, and honestly it is one of the best options for that boss. For Galron, it shreds him, but it may be tricky to pull off a one phase, and again, there are better options. For Kali, Shirochi, and Morgith, this thing is amazing. You can one phase Kali and Morgith, and it completely melts Shirochi. For Riven, it's still really good, but it doesn't meet the damage threshold, and swords would still be your best option because they're safer and they do meet the damage threshold. However, I have been testing my Tomorrow's Answer, which may be an upcoming alternative to swords. For Agos, this is probably the only boss that it's not very good against because he has like 11 million health, and your fire team might run out of ammo really quickly. Again, Whisper or Sleeper Simulant are great options for this boss. For Valkaur, it really does come down to preference. I still have my fire teams use Wardcliff Coil just because of how good it is against that boss. Anyways guys, this is the new machine gun. In my opinion, it is probably in my top 10 weapons in the game, including legendaries. Not for its DPS, but for its sheer usability. It is fun, powerful, and it keeps you alive very well. As always, leave a like and subscribe if you like my content and would like to see more. My name is Aonix, and have an amazing day. Man, it's a great day to be a hunter.
Psych!